I mean, this I think is our treasured house to some degree. We haven't put too much love into it, but I feel really good about where this sits. We had actually one of our customers is a feng shui kind of person. She came here and checked it out. She gave us all these tips, and she did say the house was built in 1950s. You got to get rid of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She talked about like something red turtle.
Yeah, something red bird, I remember in there was like a good sign. And then we were looking on the map today, and just the road beside the house there is called Red Road. So we're like, well, it's a lot of red.
Whoa. Akakuda Onsen's pretty close to us. Sugi's pretty close to us.
Red Storage House Onsen. Lot of red terminology in this area. Could be a vortex.
Yeah, definitely a vortex. Welcome back to the Buying a House in Japan podcast. We're coming at you today with a video podcast from our actual Akiya and Myoko Kogen.
We're sitting outside it right now on the front stoop.
Stoop kids, baby.
Stoop kids. You can see, grass is overgrown. We have not been here in a year. It's pretty much a full year since we were last here, and only our second time here total.
This episode, we are going to do a little bit of a deep dive on this property, discuss a little bit about our plans for the future, and really kind of just observations of the area, I'd say.
First observation, beautiful, off-season, Myoko, this whole region, the ski region in Japan, off-season. It's really nice, The tourists are not here. I haven't been here during tourist season, I can only imagine. But, not a lot of people. Weather is beautiful. It's October right now.
Yeah, and Myoko, if for anyone who's not familiar, is a very, very hot ski snowboard town. I would say as far as like the Japan rankings, it goes Niseko is the most popular or coveted, followed by Hakuba. I think Myoko's got number three.
Daisan.
Maybe Nozawa Onsen. We just came from Nozawa as well. But Myoko's located in Niigata, so about 3 hours from Tokyo. Took us about 4 hours to drive here, though, right?
Yeah, we stopped for lunch and coffee and stuff like that.
Okay, Joey, what's the story of this house? How did we get here? How much did we buy it for? What's the background context here?
I'll give you my take on the whole how we got this house. So we bought the Beppu house we closed October 2023. And, we started tearing down walls, all that kind of stuff. And then we had the idea to get a home base in Tokyo. After the Beppu house, we realized we were spending a lot of time in Tokyo still for business meetings. We were setting up a business, etc. And at that time, getting that second house the following June. So we bought our first house October. Following June, we bought the house in Tama City in Tokyo. I thought things were moving fast. I thought like, wow, we just bought one house. We're buying a second one. This property kind of came around that July or August. So I was already feeling like things are moving very quickly. And then our real estate that we were working with at the time told us that his boss had gotten this off-market deal in Myoko. And we had already been seeing a tremendous amount of interest in Japan, anywhere Japan's ski country, because skiers are chasing that powder that Japan is well known for now. And the price was crazy cheap. Given that housing prices are quite elevated in Japan ski towns, this place was so cheap. We decided to make a move on it.
How cheap, you may be thinking? $3,500.
Yeah.
This bought us this house you can see behind us. I think we estimate it was built in the 1950s. The lot size we just found out, we have about 300 square meters. So we found out we have a whole extra lot behind this, but the building itself is quite big. You can take a look at our Myoko video where we do the walkthrough. We just went through again. It's actually interesting. It's a lot better than I remembered it. I think like the area is better. I don't know. What do you think?
Lot size seems bigger than I remembered it. I agree with you there. The area seems, I think the area seems better coming out of second. We were just in Nozawa Onsen, which is like, very cute town. For me, it reminded me of Bavaria, maybe Telluride, as Take mentioned as well. Cute ski town. And this Myoko Kogen is like more forested. than Nozawa Onsen is. This like felt like, oh, we're going into like a ski forest kind of area. And so yeah, I do think coming a second time around, I thought it was very, very nice surroundings.
We've had this property for almost officially a year, and there's some, I guess, some extra things. So we bought this as again off-market deal, $3,500. We actually ended up paying like a lawyer fee, which was a little gray zone. I think that was another $2,000-3,000. We also paid a real estate acquisition fee or buyer's agent fee, which was also probably another $3,000. So I think all said and done, spent about $10,000 to get this spot in our name at this point.
Yeah, given the off-market nature of the deal, there were a few intricacies, and a lawyer was involved, and so that's why that lawyer fee was there. So yeah, under 10,000 for Myoko Kogen is incredible. I would say I see properties on AkiyaMart, kind of not this area, a little, 20 minutes out from here, down a long path that, isn't getting shoveled or plowed in the winter for, minimum $60,000, I think is maybe like the cheapest you can get. And it's not even in this area. So I think this area is more like the $100,000 kind of price range. So yeah, phenomenal price.
Why is this property so cheap, Joey?
This property was cheap. I believe that we don't know too much about the backstory of the previous owners, but I think it was too old, an elderly couple. I think the husband died, and then the wife was left with the property, and sounds from the explanation of important matters, to my best memory, is that she wasn't fully capable of making decisions for herself anymore. So that's why this lawyer was involved, and I think he was managing the family's estate at that point, likely unpaid, and then he just wanted to get rid of this property and stop managing everything for this family. And so I think he was just trying to sell the property as fast as he could, and then that's why he asked us for a fee as well for facilitating and having managed the affairs for this family.
The property is also next to a huge graveyard, which doesn't bother us. It's actually, we'll take a video of it. It's, I think, quite beautiful. There's a really nice shrine. I think all the graves are taken well care of. We have some awesome Japanese cedar behind us.
Forgot the graveyard. I actually like the graveyard, but I do agree. That's
is it haunted?
That's a big reason why the price is cheap.
Yeah. But yeah, we got the property off market pretty cheap, but also we were good customers in the sense that we were like, we are going to buy it as is. We know it's effed up. We're going to not complain. And we had been good buyers before with this agency that helped us buy that. I think they also communicated that, like, hey, they're going to be good customers. They're not going to complain. They're going to take this kind of problem property off your hands.
Okay, so after buying it, it's been 1 full year. What have we done in that full year to the property? We haven't been here at all. Snow was an issue.
We came, again, a year ago. We shot a video. We made some friends in the area, just kind of scoping out the area. Our intent was to first see, can we remodel this? We had a couple of friends, Eric actually and Jay, who came by and they looked at the structure. It's pretty cooked, as they would say. So we threw the idea
of cooked.
Renovating kind of out the window. After which we decided, hey, maybe let's try to do a new build. We had gotten in touch with a company out in California actually called Ikigai Chemical, and they were very excited to do this partnership with us and AkiyaMart. So if you don't know our website, www.akiya-mart.com, Zillow of Japan. Anyways, they wanted to do some partnership with us. We had started helping customers buy some of their houses. Their motive was they wanted to start working with foreigners to sell their new build homes because the domestic demand was going down. Long story short, we did probably like 6 months of meetings. We went through the office. We had 12 Zoom meetings back and forth, and we kind of decided they weren't the right fit.
Yeah, I like to describe it as, sometimes, and we were just talking to a different business owner here in this in the Nozawa Onsen neighborhood, and he had a very he described it as like, Japanese do things by the book, and if you try to deviate outside the book, they roadblocks get thrown up. And I would agree with that assessment of our interaction working with Sekisui Chemical here too. I described it as a can't do attitude, which is maybe a little bit harsh, but everything that we wanted to do, from adding like a wood stove to the exterior cladding to I can't remember what else, but just it felt like every single thing that we wanted, we got told, no, we can't do that.
Yeah, I think there's a very different demand for Western design versus Japanese kind of domestic demand design. So they were very hardline, like, we can't do this, we can't do this. And we're asking some, I think, pretty reasonable demands, like, hey, we want an open floor plan, and their designs they came back with just like weren't the right fit. And we kind of had to make a hard call, although very, very nice guys. I think for the right people, they could be a very good fit. But for our kind of specific niche of what we wanted to do, we decided, hey, let's table the idea.
Especially because I could see, say we passed other clients off to Sekisui Chemical, I could see them having the same experience and having the same frustrations, and it's not really the type of service that we could recommend to other clients either. So for that reason as well, because we don't, really appreciate the service ourselves, I don't think we can recommend it to clients.
Yeah. So after that, we kind of just put a pause on the program, or pause on the idea. We're like, and this property has been kind of lingering in the back of our mind. Like, what do we do with it? It's a really valuable plot of land because, one, the snow, but I think Singapore is investing like $1 billion in the infrastructure here specifically.
I don't know if it's infrastructure.
They said they're doing chairlifts, they're doing a hotel. Like, they're bringing this to I think they're trying to make this a Niseko.
Okay, infrastructure for their own ski resort, not for the town.
The ski resorts. So we had a lot of crazy ideas. We kind of were like, do we just give away the property? Do we sell it? Do we raffle it? Maybe, we had some ideas on what to do.
In the meantime, winter's coming, and last year we paid, it was like maybe 5 times total. We had to pay for snow clearing off the property. Otherwise the building gets squished from the tremendous amount of snow they get here. And that was like sammanen, or 30,000 Japanese yen a pop, with $200 US. Not crazy, but it adds up. Yeah.
So kind of like when we gave up, I would say, we had someone reach out to us. This company called ikigaico.jp.
Right around when I was like,
so funny.
Hard. I was like, all right, man,
let's get rid of it.
Let's get rid of it. This property isn't working for us. We need to consolidate. I was very much on this mindset of just like, there's no point, kind of thing. And we were very, and I think that you had agreed. You're like, all right, it's fine.
Joey doesn't want to live in a snowy area. Makes sense.
Yeah, not so excited about coming up to a snowy part of Japan. So I was very hard, and I feel like we had agreed on it. Like, we're gonna get rid of this, and then this company reached out to us, Ikigai Collective, and we'll tell you about it in a second. But hard 180.
Yep.
Back onto, all right, this property is kind of cool. There's a ton of advantages. Again, we underpriced, and I think with the Ikigai Collective plan that we're putting together, I think it's definitely worth it to keep the property.
Yeah, so this guy Mitchell reached out to us, the CEO of Ikigai Co, and he's just like, hey, want a quick chat? And one thing led to the next, where he's a tiny home builder in the area in Iyama, so probably 30 minutes away from here. And we're kind of like, we got off really well with him. He was obviously an English speaker, so that was a big plus. We had some communication issues with Sekisui in the past. He was he knew what he was doing. And I think that's what we were looking for. We were really looking for like a quarterback just to handle for us, because obviously we're not on the ground. I don't understand snow at all. And he checked a lot of those boxes. So his business is, he's been making these tiny homes and making them, I think, quite luxury, specifically focusing, I think, towards foreigners who are looking for snow country type properties.
They are like, I don't really like van life and all that kind of stuff,
They're above van life.
Taking a crap in incinerated toilet and the solar panels and that kind of stuff. And so what I like about Ikigai Collective is it's a luxurious tiny home, and more importantly, they hook up to utilities if you want that. They can also do the off the grid solutions as well. But what I like is that they can hook into, the sewer system, the water mains, the electrical mains, etc. So you can have all those more comfort in your tiny home. And on top of that, it's just a well-designed tiny home as well. And again, focus on the insulation as well, because he is up here in snow country, building for snow country.
Very, very competent with how to deal with snow, and that's our weakness. So he won us over there. We actually just came up here to stay at his demo place in Iyama, and we're very impressed. I think really though, what turned Joey 180 and myself, wasn't full 180, but was the sauna and cold plunge.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that. So in addition to these luxury tiny homes that he's building, he's like a sauna, cold plunge, snowboarder guy, but he's built a really, really nice sauna in his sort of showroom demo properties that we stayed at. In addition to cold plunge, he has a second wood-fired sauna as well. He also has like a big like barrel kind of hot tub, wood-fired hot tub too. Very cool. And I think it's just a great addition. You know, it makes the tiny home worth it. I think well, the tiny home is well designed and nice and, hooked up to utilities for those nice comforts, but it's still a tiny home. Yeah. But with the sauna and with the cold plunge, I do feel like it makes it totally worth it.
So the next steps is we met with him. We're kind of planning what do we do with the lot. He came out. He's actually just left. Really cool guy overall that I think we can work with. Measuring kind of the plot, where he can build. Our plan right now is to build basically 3 tiny homes, have 2 kind of individual units and 1 like mixed communal area, sauna and a cold plunge. So the next direct step is, we're figuring out the plans with him, but we are trying to demo this house. So we decided let's do a quick video podcast in front of the Myoko house before we go.
Yeah, hopefully we can get it demolished before the winter. Maybe it'll be next spring, but very unlikely me and you will be back here before then. So I think this is our last look at the house.
I mean, this I think is our treasured house to some degree. We haven't put too much love into it, but I feel really good about where this sits. We had actually one of our customers is a feng shui kind of person. She came here and checked it out. She gave us all these tips, and she did say the house was built in 1950s. You got to get rid of it. Was her advice also.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She talked about like something red turtle, some
red bird. I remember.
Yeah.
There's something in feng shui. I don't remember. The email was quite detailed, but something red bird. I remember in there was like a good sign. And then we were looking on the map today, and just the road beside the house there is called Red Road. So we're like, whoa, it's a lot of red.
Whoa. We should figure out. Akakuda Onsen's pretty close to us. Sugi's pretty close to us.
Red Storage House Onsen. A lot of red terminology in this area.
So
could be a vortex.
Yeah, definitely a vortex. Anyways, what we're going to do timeline-wise is we probably missed the window to demolish before winter. So I think most likely this house will be gone in winter. We will consider doing snow clearings, or we might just let nature.
Wait, gone next spring, right?
Yeah.
If we miss the window?
Yeah, I think next spring. Hopefully by next summer or fall, we have something up here. We are hopefully working with one of our investor friends here. But, stay tuned. I'm happy we were actually able to get out here again 1 year almost from the date we bought this place.
Pretty much 1 year, yeah.
Yeah. Any other observations of the house, Joey?
It looked like people had come and taken stuff, actually.
Yeah. Our house just got looted, I think. What happened?
Not too...
The pictures are gone.
Bad, but some noticeable things were taken. And, some people in the year that we've owned this property, we have had, a few people come and look at it when we were still thinking about, can we renovate this place? Some other people have come through as well that we know, but I don't think any of them would have taken stuff, even though they're, we told them, please take stuff. But still, I think the things that were taken doesn't add up.
Might be family members. Like the photos were taken.
Yeah, photos were taken.
Joey were like, last time we'd come here, we're like, oh, the photos are like, some of the photos I think are really good and we should save them. And we actually found a photo book that we took out, but we did our final pass through the house. It's beyond fixing. I feel like that was our goal when we bought it. Since April, they put in the new building codes law for wooden framed 2-story homes, that it makes it harder to do renovations on this place too. So all the signs are pointing that we're going to try to do a new build. We're going to have a dope sauna here, a dope cold plunge.
Some really cool portrait photography in the photo album. So we'll do our best to cherish that and maybe frame some of them, put them up in our properties as well.
Yep. Thank you very much, Myoko House. I hope we have a successful demolition. I hope we can make something really awesome here. Follow along the journey. I think this opens up a door for us of helping people buy not only land, but also get a full build on it, maybe run it as an Airbnb or a ski home. Cause I think, this is anyone that bought this house would have to demolish it. So hopefully we do it tastefully and with more style and grace than the average person, Joey.
And if you're still listening this far along and haven't liked the podcast yet, hit that like button.
Since our 100th episode, I told people to like the podcast. Thank you guys. You know who you are if you've done so. Please like us again. We're trying to go road to 100 or at least catch up to the episode number of how many likes we have. We have a lot of listeners. We've got a lot of good feedback. And thank you so much for listening and look forward to the next Myoko update.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Buying a House in Japan. If you find the show helpful or at least entertaining, give us a 5-star rating. Takes 5 seconds and really goes a long way.
If you or someone you know is looking for a Japanese home, check out AkiyaMart.com, our English-friendly site that lets you browse over 500,000 listings. That's AkiyaMart.com to find your dream home in Japan.
If you've got questions or feedback, drop us a line. Email contact@AkiyaMart.com. You can also find us on Instagram as well as TikTok, where we post properties, tips on the home buying process, and updates on our own purchases and renovations.
Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week.